Normies are perhaps one of, if not the biggest cancers that society ever shat out, which can be about as useless as Chris Stuckman and as detrimental as red letter media, particularly in regard to Star Wars in both counts, or all three counts. And to those who accuse me of mendaciousness, kindly kiss my white ass, and then feel free to promptly blow a bolt gun to completion. Before these Nietzschean wannabes came along and Disneyed everything we love, myself and various other fans in various fandoms and hobbyists had reasons to enjoy life. Still do in certain respects. Then these lowest common denominating, low attention span, puritanical pissheads came along. And everything goes more tits up than the governor's marriage back in my high school days. They are the last man that Zarathustra probably warned us about, and I have come to believe they should be treated with the hospitality of a Caucasian human in South Africa. No joke, if someone came up to me and they said, I want to beat the shit out of some normies, I wouldn't be bothered. I would probably cheer them on as they did. Like, you know that meme? There's this meme of an anime where two people are beating up someone and the guy's drinking wine. He takes one last sip of his wine, then joins in on the kicking. I would be that guy drinking the wine. I don't even drink. They ruin fandoms eventually. They have the attention span of a gnat. They want everything to be toned down and made as dumb as possible. And worst of all, the scummiest of companies such as Disney pander to these fuckers. Why shouldn't any reasonable person hate them? Now there's one query though that often comes up for me, which is, I often ask myself, these normie parasites, I end up asking myself about these normie parasites, aside from why were these walking, talking cancer cells not aborted in the womb, is what do I or anyone who's sane in general do about these pissheads and I believe Nietzsche called them the Rosettima. I forget can't remember how to pronounce it because I looked it up. But basically, the resentful, like them and the normies are the big problem. Obviously, violence isn't a reasonable answer, and I do believe that despite my hatred of them. The rest of the world isn't like South Africa, but at the same time, I do argue anything should be done, and would be preferable to try and prevent the spread of the normie scourge, because inaction is what led to stuff such as the American comics and Star Wars going down the crapper. I've said in the past, gatekeeping is okay, so there's definitely that to consider. Basically, pretend you're a Texan and the normies are newly arrived Californians. Feel free to leave dog shit in a bag while you're at it on their front door. Because these fuckers are a bit like the Californians. They don't learn their lesson. They are heretics who are never in danger of giving a shit about the things we enjoy until said things were popular, and then they came in like the entitled schlub that they are and demand things be changed. So I say go full Imperium of Man and treat them like they're Xenos. Fucking Xenos. We don't have to tolerate their presence in our hobbies. They've made it pretty clear emphatically, that they have no intention of extending us any similar courtesies or platitudes, and thus should be shown no such hospitality. Treat fandoms like planets, and when they fall, go full exterminatus and preserve the ones that don't fall. It's too late to preserve Star Wars, and Warhammer Baby next on the chopping block of wokeness and normieism. But there are hopes we can save other franchises such as Lord of the Rings. So yeah, I say to hell with diplomacy, because that is a two-way street, motherfucker, and they don't come to the table. I say we shouldn't either. Tell them quite plainly to fuck off and remove their worthless asses from our lawns. Collectively. And yes, I am aware that not all normies are like this, but at the same time, they act like how I once heard someone describe a Muslim when something bad goes on. Not all of them are bad, but they do have a habit of standing by while awful things happen. You know, when things go all Allahu Akbar. It's never good to hear that. It never is, because we know it usually follows. And like I said, these people are like Californians. They ruin stuff, and they learn no lessons. It's like, oh well, on to the next thing. So yes, I do believe collectively we need to start saying more and more fuck off. like, not to harass them or anything, not to do that, but saying collectively, you are bad for what we love, so kindly go away. You are not welcome here. You are not help. Like, unless they are, like there are people from normies who can become new fans of stuff. I used to be technically a normie. Still have normie proclivities. I get into things because they get popular, and I am interested in learning them. The difference is, I like what made it unique in the beginning. I don't want to change it. How that was one of the things I liked about the Star Wars Expanded Universe. I liked what it was. I saw no reason why it should be changed up or discontinued. It should have been continued, but then again, Kathleen Kennedy isn't the smartest person. She's about like Susan Wachowski, or as I like to call her, Susan Canadian name. Very stupid. Like, if anyone ever asks me, why do you not trust women with a business? Kathleen Kennedy and Susan Wachowski, motherfucker. Those two are why. Like, if you've ever seen Left 4 Dead 2's little opening where the guy's hitting a zombie with the stock of a shotgun and going, this used to be a nice neighborhood. That's how some YouTubers probably feel. Point is, not all of them are bad, so the ones who are, like, they want to get into it for the sake of what it actually is and what made it popular, fine, let them. But the ones who want to change it, they need to be collectively given the middle fucking finger. Like erect the biggest dueling middle fingers and make things as inhospitable as you feel. I really do not care. Just don't hurt anyone. That is my main thing. Do not hurt anyone. That is where I draw the line. Granted, some normies and the resentful people, they act like bullies, so you may end up in a fight if you meet them in real life. Well, I shouldn't have scratched that, but it's one of them, maybe not so much. Like, these people they're a bit like leftists. They're cowards. Like, they have to gang up on you to do anything. And I've dragged this out long on this shed. This actually started as a joke thing I was running, but you know what? I decided, fuck. And some of this is kind of like a joke in a way. Sort of. I have a very fucked up sense of humor. Most of the humor is in the title, The Normie Solution. But anyway, I think I'm going to end it here. Have a nice day, and remember the game was right from the start.